purpose. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm walking in my purpose.
So today with us on Stool Talk, we have a special guest. This is a special edition as well. Here on Stool Talk, we walk in our purpose, on purpose, and today's guest is doing that, and definitely she's running in her purpose as well. This interview is special to me because we've seen the progress, we've seen the transition, we've seen the focus, the determination, and we've seen the favor and the faith being worked as far as this young elite athlete. She goes above and beyond. She works hard. She put in all the extra work, not only on the track, but even in the classroom. She's so amazing, and we just look forward to her doing some amazing things. Today we have with us the one, the only Miss Rhianna Davis. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Like I said before we started the interview, it's emotion for me because this is why I do this for this journey for other young runners can be able to see the journey as you, just like younger track runners who I've sent them your video and watch. You know, they looking at you too. Now they know you signed. They give them motivation and encouragement. But let's first start off by saying congratulations to you on being newly committed to Western Illinois.
Thank you.
Yeah. God is good. Amen. It's a blessing because I pray for you as well, just as well as I know your mother. Shout out to your mom, your dad. So amazing as coaches and as parents. Not only the athletes they coach, but they're being more than just coaches. They're getting people ready for life and to know that somebody believes in them. Like I had
Mm-hmm.
your Dalen on, and he said how your dad impacted his life, off the track as well, and that's what it's for. So
Mm-hmm.
let's get down to business. How did it feel when you first committed? Picking the shoe, and that was impressive how you did it. Like for you not to be a woman of many words, you sure got like a sweet ways that you do
Yeah.
different stuff. How did that come about? Take us through it.
Um, with the picking which school we wanted to go to, we just wanted to try something new. And at first, we were going to do balloons of each school, and I was going to go around and popping them. And then the one that I picked was going to have confetti in it, but they ended up canceling all after school activities for TPS. So it was the last minute. We had to move it to the library. So my mom was like, "We should. You have a lot of shoes already, so why don't we just pick shoes for the color of each school?" And that's how we did it.
Wow. Shoe game's amazing, sick. I said, hey, she got that stuff on. She got that stuff on for sure. What does loyalty mean to you? And loyalty seems like it means a lot because it seems to me you said you picked your school because they stayed with you, they were consistent, and the feel for the school. Take us through briefly, why you chose that school and what loyalty means to you.
I feel like with recruiting, more importantly, loyalty means a lot to me because you want to go where you're loved the most. And that coach has showed me interest from the beginning, which is the main reason why I chose that school, that and the teammates. Like when I went on my visit and I was walking around with the team, it just felt like home, like I was with my teammates at Scott. It was like I've been running with them for years. I was having full on conversations and everything. So I feel like that's the biggest thing with dealing with loyalty and recruiting and everything else.
Now that you got that burden off, not that it wasn't a bad burden, but now that you got that off your pressure off and you don't have to worry about that, does that allow you to be more ready for track season coming up so you don't have to have that behind you? Now you can just go state, win the state.
Yep, it relieves a lot of pressure. I don't have to focus on, oh, I got to hit the recruiting standards for this school and try to get in contact with this coach. I can focus on getting the states and winning states and even nationals and cities and stuff like that. It definitely relieves all the pressure that I feel like I had before.
Yeah, and what I wanted to ask you, have you had a chance to just let it sink in? Like, man, I'm about to run college for a university on a big level. Like, this is what I'm doing. Have it sank in yet?
Surprisingly, it hasn't. Now, I don't know why. Maybe because I haven't ran much yet, or I don't know. I was a little nervous at the signing, but reality hasn't really hit me yet. Maybe it won't hit till graduation.
What are some memorable moments you had on your journey to picking schools, like the visits and going to the different schools? What's some memorable moments you had?
I would probably say when I went on the visit to Western Illinois and I was talking to the coach, he said, in this exact words, he said, "We really want you here and we feel like you would do great things for this program." And that really stuck with me because it just showed again why being where you want it is very important, you know. And it's kind of like a small town, it is, but it isn't. But I feel like that would be kind of like how I am with Scott now. Like I'll be with teammates that will help me get better, but I'll also be with the team that can help me as well.
Yeah, definitely. And with you being a hard worker, why I know this, but for the people that don't know this, why didn't you never give up or why didn't you ever get complacent? You faced a lot of trials and tribulations that most people wouldn't even been able to endure. So why didn't you give up? Why did you keep fighting and why did you keep pushing yourself the way you did?
I know where my end goals are, which is to make it to states, nationals, world championships, the Olympics. And you're not gonna get there, you know, giving up every time you face something bad, you know, an injury or losing a big race or whatnot. And that's where the discipline really comes in. So I feel like that's probably the main thing.
Yeah. Um What was your reaction? What was your mom's reaction as far as y'all was going through this? Did you say, "Mom, this is where I'm going"? Did y'all have like a huddle between you, your mom, your dad, and your sibling? Did y'all have a huddle? Like how was that? Was it emotional? Because I know your mom, she loves you so much and she is just so, and so how did that go?
Surprisingly, it's not my mom you have to worry about. It's it's more my dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
coach, I thought coach is G. I thought coach just be like, "Oh, okay, this is what we gonna do." Yeah.
No, but we definitely had a talk about it when we were deciding because I moved my signing date like 3 times. At first, I was supposed to sign February 5th. Then we ended up going on a visit to Chicago State. And then that's when we decided that Western Illinois and Chicago State were the top two. So it took us a while to decide which school I feel like was best for me.
Yeah, and now is what I see out of this. I see the legacy. Your dad played football at a high level in college. Your mom ran at a high level, and now you're next in line. It's just so much amazing. But it also, when we talk about faith, God saying that you were faithful with what you were going through, and that He can trust you with it, so He was able to bless you with many more. But I'm here to tell you this is just the only beginning. God got so much in store for you because you do the right thing. You eat right. You go to sleep right. Like you handle yourself, and you taking college courses. Like you killing it in the class. When I was like man, what's next? But you pushing yourself. You are an incredible sprinter. What stands out so far to you as why are you so elite on the track?
I feel like my mom and dad being my coaches has a big part, like a big thing to do with that because you already know being a coach's kid, you're going to have more pressure on you, going to get pushed harder, especially with parents like mine, you know, um, especially in the city, like our league in Toledo. I know a lot of people, I don't want to say want to see me lose, but they want to be like, oh my God, I want to beat Rhianna. I want, I want her to lose and this and that. So, you know, I know I have to work harder because they just like, at least in, like TPS in general, I know they want to beat me so bad. So it's like I have to work hard so I make sure that doesn't happen. I have to uphold the legacy that I already have and to help build the legacy for the future.
Yeah, so what we doing this year? We coming arm sleeve, one leg out, two legs. What we doing? What's the swag gonna be like this year?
I'm trying to find something different. I'm still trying to think about that actually.
I knew it. I
I'm trying
knew
to
it.
find something different this year.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking of
definitely.
for the city championship, I was thinking of doing like putting my hand in paint and like putting it on my leg like a handprint. I was trying to think of something different for this year because I know I did the one arm sleeve and one leg sleeve last year.
Yeah, definitely. Um, are there any specific races or personal records that you going after this year?
Yes, for cities, it's gonna sound crazy, but I want all of them. I want the 100, 200, 300 hurdle record. I want to do good in relays as well. So,
Yeah.
and then the 300 hurdle state record, we definitely going after that. A lot of records this year. That's the
Yeah.
goal.
Well, so what's the pregame, the pre-race? How do you get yourself amped up, get yourself ready? Are you walking around the track, running, jogging, getting ready? Are you listening to music, or you envisioning yourself actually doing what you're about to do? Like, what? Take us through that.
It's a little bit of both. I listen to music, but the song that I listen to, it depends on like it determines what I imagine in my head. So I always imagine my race, but the song that I'm listening to determines what I'm imagining. I can imagine myself running across the line. I can imagine myself warming up for the race, and I always try to either make myself angry before I race or just imagine what the end goal is, and that determines how I warm up and stuff like that.
Yeah. What's your mom's track team that she coaches for the young youth?
Speed tech.
Yeah, shout out to Speed Tech. What advice would you have for those young athletes that's looking up to you and other athletes about, being great and being elite and, running to they can get a scholarship as well? Because like I said, you are the person they see that's actually doing it in real time. So what would you say to them?
They actually have our little kids actually have nationals tomorrow, and I feel like my main message to them is if you want to make it far, it's going to be hard, especially the discipline part. Cutting out certain foods. That's been the hardest thing for me is cutting out certain foods. Because I love coffee and I haven't been able to drink it, so I've been struggling with that. But
Who got you
this,
on coffee?
I, my dad.
Oh, okay. I can see it. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see it.
focus is the main thing, especially in the classroom. That's why I try to get all my work done in one time or as soon as I can, because it gives you the time to focus on your sports, and you need to make sure you're taking that seriously, and you have to separate yourself from your competitors. So I would definitely say put in the extra work and remain disciplined. Are the main things I would say for sure.
Yeah. What are you most excited for as you get ready to compete at the college level next year?
I'm excited to see what the future holds. Like I said, reality hasn't hit me yet, so I'm not sure when that's going to come or what that's going to feel like. But I'm definitely excited to see what the future holds, meet new teammates, be in a new city around new people. I'm definitely excited for that.
Yeah. If you could describe your running style in 3 words, what would it be?
That's a good question. Um, I don't want to say calm. It's like the total opposite of that. Uh, probably I would say bold, silent, and strong, because I feel like a lot of people will say I'm very humble, but at the same time, when it's that time, I will show up. So I feel like that's where the silent comes in, but that's where the bold and strong comes in as well.
Yeah. If you weren't a track star, what other sport would you be dominating?
Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe like volleyball or basketball. I don't know. I haven't really thought about
Hey,
it.
or flag. Your daddy
Oh
skills
yeah,
come out of you. Hey, you fast? Yeah.
I've always wanted to try flag football. Actually, I always
Yeah.
wanted to participate in like a powder puff game or something.
Yeah. What's the best and worst part of being a sprinter?
The best part I'll probably say is meet day when you're running. Winning, that's a great feeling, especially when you've been reaching and striving for a goal for so long. The worst part is fall conditioning. That is that's horrible. But
Is that when the body's on the ground?
yes,
Woo.
it's horrible, but it's fun when you have a good team to share it with.
Yeah. If you could race against any sprinter in history, who would it be and why?
If I could race against any sprinter in history, I would probably say Allison Felix. I feel like a main part of it is because I've been looking up to her for so long, and
Yeah.
I know that she ran in the Olympics when she was, I think, 16 or 18, And I know she would push me to be better, and I've always been big on that. You know, like when I ran against Mara Scott a couple of times, and
Yeah.
every time I ran against her, I'm like, I'm going to use this to PR and use this to push myself to the best. So I feel like running against somebody that I look up to would be just perfect for me.
Yeah, yeah. What's one thing about you outside of track that people might not know?
Mm, I feel like something people might not know is that I can go almost anywhere by myself. People might not think that because of the way I am around them, but I can go almost anywhere myself. I'll go to a basketball game by myself. I'll go to get some, like anywhere in general. I'm big on being by myself. That's something that a lot of people don't know about me, or they won't believe it.
Yeah. Can you share your favorite high school track moment that still makes you smile to this day?
I would probably say this past year, even though we didn't win, but we got runner up at cities. That was a big moment because our team hasn't placed that high in a very long time. So it was great to share that with my teammates because we all did well that day. And I'm a big team player, so it just felt great to share that with my teammates.
Yeah. And one other moment that sticks out to me is when you got the hurdle record. Shout out to Regina, Coach Regina.
Mhm.
You got the hurdle record. When did you know that you were breaking these school records and that you PR'd as far as for yourself and even the school? Did they let you know?
So the meet that I broke that record, that has a time clock at the end of at the finish line. So when I crossed the finish line, I just looked at the clock, and it was just like that anticipation, like did I get it? So I looked at it, and it didn't feel real at first because that was my first year running hurdles. So I was like, I didn't know if I broke the record or not, and I did. And everybody was running up to me, congratulating me, especially my mom. You know, she's dramatic, so she was the first one running over there. But it was a great feeling.
How did you adjust to running track? Because when I heard this a while ago, I said first year and she's breaking school records. Like that's amazing. And hurdles is not no easy thing to do.
So,
If your
um,
step ain't wrong, boom, you falling or
uh-huh.
man, wow. What's one of the biggest pieces of advice that your coach or anybody has given to you, even the teammate?
I've gotten a lot of advice. Most of it has come from my dad. So I feel like the most important thing is don't forget who you are at the end of the day, because a lot of people, they might get too deep into like winning and they might lose who they truly are or lose their ego. They might let it get too far ahead of them. So I'll probably say the most important advice is to always stay humble and never forget who your true self is, because that will mess a lot of people up in the future.
Yeah, if you could have any superpower given to you and an extra edge in a race, what would it be and why?
Oh, um, wait, can you say that again?
If you could have any superpower given to you for you can get an edge in a race, what would it be and why?
Um, Invisibility. This is gonna sound crazy, but I would like use it to push the teammate into the push the teammate, and then they'll fall and they won't know it's me, and then I'll pop up again and be at
Yeah.
the finish line.
If you could have dinner with any famous athlete, who would it be and what would you ask them?
I would probably choose Sydney McLaughlin. She's my other favorite athlete. She does the 400 hurdles. Um, and we were very similar. Her experience in high school, you know, they were very similar. Our experiences. She went to the Olympics at 17, but her struggling to adjust to being a pro athlete and with the discipline, our
Yeah.
experiences are so similar. So I would ask her questions like, how did she adjust to having to go to the Olympics and adjust her diet and things like that? I'll probably say.
All right, and this is another thing I've been waiting to ask you. How many spikes you gonna have this year? Because I heard you switch it up. I heard the spike game is you wearing this one meet, the other meet you pulling this all indoor. What's going on? What's you rocking with this year?
I actually just got two new pair of spikes.
So did Sydney come out with some new ones? Because you had them last year, didn't you?
Yep, I got a new pair of hers. I think they're white, green, and pink. And then I got some new Max Flies. They're like a orangish pink, and my mom bedazzled them and put jewels around them.
Man, I promise you, man. I just was like, man, I wonder would anybody do that. That's hard. Yeah, you about to hurt the game. And your mom can't say nothing, coach. You can't say nothing because you didn't help her with the spike. She didn't have it her help in there. Yeah, that's
Uh,
gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. Um, if you could swap places with any Olympian track star for a day, who would it be, and what race would you do?
ooh. Sha'Carri Richardson, and I would probably do the 100 because I want to know what she feels like when she's crossing that finish line because she has so much confidence. I want to know what it feels like at her level, knowing what she's been through as well. I want to know what it felt like for her to finally win that world championship.
Yeah. After a grueling training season session, what's your ultimate way to unwind?
Getting the ice bath, getting the ice bath, listen to my music, and definitely get some good food after.
Yeah. Last couple questions to get you out of here. Imagine your track career was a movie. Who would you get to play you, and what would be the movie title?
Ooh, that's a good question. Like an actress?
Yeah.
Hmm. The movie title I would probably say would be something along the lines of like The Chosen One or something like that.
Yeah.
Actress, I don't know. That's a good question.
Gotta get somebody who athletic, who got the skill that workout can't be nobody, that don't look like no track runner. Uh,
Right. That's what's so hard about it. Track is a
yeah.
hard sport to like portray.
Yeah. So what's your goals for this year as far as for you and your team as y'all get ready to take upon this challenge of going to states, winning all this? What's gonna be the focus, and how are you as a leader going to implement and put the model down? Like, this is what we about to do, for everybody could be on board. How that's gonna look for you being a leader when you display it to your team.
The big goal for me is to definitely win cities because I know we have a really good chance this year. And me being a leader on the team, I definitely would help push my teammates. Even since I've started driving, I've been taking some of my teammates to the rec at UT because I know I've seen the potential within this past year or these last few months. So I really want to make sure that I'm tough on them, but it's like a tough love kind of thing. I'm helping them work hard because I see the potential in all of them, and I know we have a really, really good chance to win this year.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's what I love about you too, because it's not all about you. You're a
Mm-hmm.
team player, and you want everybody to shine. You want everybody to get, you know, to where they need to be, and even where you can see it and evaluate. Because some people, they skill set so much better, or they not even thinking about the person. It's all about me, me. You like, no, I'm gonna do this. Come on, we doing this. This is what we gonna do. And
Mm-hmm.
even with Jalen, he told me the same way on him, and he run for the boys side. So I know that it's you. I just want to personally thank you and say I'm proud of you and allowing me to be a part of your journey, to even share it on my platform, to even be able to encourage, support, and be there for you in any type of way. We're spotlighting you once again because this is a major accomplishment. Like, you are about to be on the next level. You are dreams come true. You are faith made to be known true. And we just thank you for all that you gonna do this season and what you're gonna do in the past. We know we're gonna definitely want you back on again as you go through this journey. So continue to be amazing, and I'm just so excited for you. For
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, newly committed. I'm glad we get to say that because it's just so much of a blessing. Mrs. Rhianna Davis.